I think that we need to invest in after school, a robust after school program, a very good after school program, especially post pandemic, that will make sure that we're closing that achievement gap. Because my students don't have the privilege that other students maybe have. Like if you are, fortunately, in my case, and I have talked to other parents that maybe you are, middle class, high middle class. If you are in that case, maybe you can afford a private tutor for your kids. My parents cannot do that. They cannot afford a one-on-one tutor for my students. The second thing that I think we need is a partnership with coaching organizations. I talked to you about first-year teachers, and that this is personal to me, because what I have noticed is during this teacher vacancy crisis that we're having, what I have noticed is that it's not necessarily a recruiting problem that we're having. It's a retention problem. We're not retaining teachers. They are leaving. They come in and they leave the first or second year. Those, especially those first few years, because like I told you, those are the most difficult years as a teacher. You are learning. It's a new profession. It's hard to teach and learn. And lastly, I would say counselors, and again, partnering with organizations that offer that counseling for our kids. Our kids deal with a lot of trauma. I can tell you right now that I have kids that come to the classroom and they talk about, Mr. Tamarez, yesterday there was a shooting in my community, or somebody was killed in my community. And you hear that, and we're talking about 9 years old, 10 years old children that at such a young age, they have seen violence. They have seen homelessness. It's a big issue also in communities like this. In Dallas ISD, I know a teacher that in high school he was homeless, and he talks about his story openly, that he had to sleep in a bus station with his mom, and that happens. We have students like that in high school, and so hunger, homelessness, crime, violence at such a young age. Our kids are already exposed to that. There's a lot of trauma in there. So they come to the classroom, and you see them sometimes misbehaving or acting out. It's not acting out. It's not misbehavior. They are screaming for help. And campuses like this, and many campuses in Dallas ISD and across the state, we need more counselors to talk to our kids, and so they can grow and they can deal with all the trauma they have to deal with on a daily basis.